Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. 10:24 in the morning, continuing the conversation with the Wallenpaupack swim team. And welcome back, Coach Campbell. Coach, great to talk with the young ladies, and now we get to talk with the guys. And tell us a little bit about how the guys are doing this year, and then we'll get into some of these names of who we're going to talk to today.
Okay, great. Yeah, absolutely. So we started out, when I first got here, I think I had 5 boys on the team, which if someone was absent, I could barely make a relay. We are now this year up to 19 boys. This is probably our biggest success story. And what I would tell people is numbers for swimming is the key. We need to fill these lanes. So the boys that I did have on the team that have been swimming with me since freshman year, which Eli is 1, and Owen is also a junior, so he has been 3 years. We try to go out and recruit boys if they don't make the basketball team, or if they are track runners, again, soccer players or different sports out there. Hey, listen, come swim with us. We'll keep you in shape during the winter and get you ready for your other sports. So that's kind of been our success. So now, like I said, up to 19 boys. So it's been, that's exciting. Yeah,
and Elijah Rutt's going to be the first senior we're going to talk to today. Tell us a little bit about Elijah.
Yeah, so Elijah was one of those freshmen who, we kind of recruited from friends. He knew some people, and they, got him to swim, said, hey, listen, you're not doing anything in the winter. Let's get in and swim. So Eli didn't have a lot of swimming experience when he first started. So it was great to kind of take him under our wings, teach him all 4 strokes, teach him how to flip turn. So these were all big, major things. So what was great about Eli then is, he started out with swimming a couple of laps here and there, but we said, hey, buddy, listen, we need a 500 swimmer. We have nobody to swim those 20 laps. So Eli jumped in, and had a hard time at the first time, but then became a favorite stroke for him, and then favorite event. He's been swimming that, but of course now he's like, listen, Coach, I'm a senior. I like to swim the 50 and the 100 now. So that's where we're at with Eli.
Yeah, we love that. Everybody wants to do the short events. I don't blame them. Let's welcome in Elijah Rutt here on the John Mendola Show. And Eli, let's talk about the love that you have for those sprinting events.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just want to get in and go and swim as hard as you can and put your best foot forward and just go out and try to blow out your competition and make yourself as good as you could be in as short as amount of time. And it's just good to get in and just show you have that ability to go in, go out, and do what you do.
How competitive have you been in some of the sprint events against some of the competition you faced this year?
I'd say relatively competitive. I'm keeping my times relatively around my personal records that I set last year, so that's a big thing for me. I think that's one of the biggest things is just to stay steady and try to improve, and I feel like I've been staying around that line that I need to be at.
Well, you got a couple of younger siblings looking up to you, so tell us a little bit about who they are and what they're up to right now in your life.
Yeah, I have 2 younger siblings, Olivia and Isaiah. They're around the same age, 10, 11 and 12, and they've always been a big impact in my life because it's always nice to have someone being able to go back to, and that they're always going to be looking up to you no matter what you do. It's just they're both in middle school at the moment, and I'm trying. My biggest thing I'm pushing with them right now is sports, because it's all the sports and activities that I do have always been a huge impact in my life, and I'm trying to push that towards them. It's like keeping them active in our community and just active in general is going to push them a lot further in high school and college.
Bloomsburg University, the next step for you for computer science. Talk about the excitement and why you chose Bloomsburg.
I chose Bloomsburg because I have already had family members that have gone there, and I really just love the campus. It's in a really nice spot, and I just their program appealed to me and everything. It's one of those places that it's like it was the campus really is what got me sold there, and on top of that, it's cheaper, which is always nice in this day and age where you're paying $50 for college and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we're all thinking about that. I know Coach Campbell and I are thinking about that going forward. How can we afford for our kids to go to college? So your parents are doing the right thing as well. Let's talk about some role models in your life as well.
My biggest role models are my grandparents, Elsie and Troy Peterson. They brought me in as from a young age, and I currently live with them. They've always pushed me to do better and to put my best foot forward with everything. And I feel like that's the biggest thing with them. It's like they're always there, and they're always willing to push me further than I currently am. And I feel like that's the biggest thing with me. It's like just a little more motivation to take that extra step to go and do what I need to do.
Who's the cook in the family, grandma or grandpa? And have you learned any cooking skills from either of them?
My grandfather is, and I have not at all.
How about his favorite thing that he makes, or your favorite thing that you enjoy that he makes?
Probably the London broil that he makes. And his steak, because just the seasoning and stuff that he does. It's one of those things that I'm gonna have to pick up before I graduate.
Well, maybe you'll be the hit at college, crock pot or something. Who knows? But great to hear the story about your grandparents, what they're doing for you, and your appreciation for them. To have that now as a senior, a young man, and see that is awesome as well. Keep up the good work in the classroom as well. And Eli, great to hear your story.
Thank you.
All right, Eli Rutt there from the Wallenpaupack swim team, and that London broil sounded pretty good this morning right now. Coach Campbell, let's get back to it, and we have Owen Mccabe with us this morning. He is a junior, so tell us a little bit about Owen's story.
Yes, so Owen has been swimming also from a young age at the Fawn Lake swim team, so in the summer swim leagues. He came to us as a freshman, and he is tall. So I said to him, listen, you are going to be a swimmer. So he came out, and he did phenomenal stuff freshman year. And I said to him, listen, Owen, I'm not sure if what we have here it's going to suit your needs. I think maybe you should do a little bit more. So, Owen wanted to take that next step. This is something that he is going to be destined for. And so he joined the Greater Scranton YMCA swim team, swam with them, swam with one of our alma maters, Eric Usbeck, and did some wonderful things over the summer. And now he also has joined the Pocono Family YMCA swim team and has been swimming with them to try to get better as well. So Owen is also, versatile in the freestyle. He'll swim the 200 free, the 100 free, the 50 free. His favorite right now is the 100 butterfly, which he has been dropping time like crazy, which is great. So I can really use him in those different events, and we're looking for great things from him this season.
All right, let's welcome in Owen Mccabe here on the John Mendola Show. It's junior year, and Owen, let's talk about what you really enjoy there in the pool. Coach said, you might be able to do anything.
I really enjoy the 100 fly. Like she said, it's just an enjoyable event for me. I feel pretty cool, keep coming out of the water, throwing my arms, and I feel like when people think of swimming, they think of the butterfly because that's one of the coolest strokes. And so, I feel when I do that, it just pumps me up inside, and I swim pretty well.
How much swimming do you get in the summer?
During the summer, I do the club teams, and last summer, it was every morning at 7:30 a.m. in a cold outdoor pool with no heaters for 2 hours with the Y, and this summer I plan to have just as much, and so I can continue dropping time through the off season.
One of those team bonding things, going in the sauna before practice. Talk about whether you're getting a good sweat in there or seeing how long you can last. Talk about just having some fun and being able to get ready to hit that pool.
We're guys, so we want to have some fun while we're swimming. We don't want it to be constantly working, and so we scream sauna as we walk into the locker room, and everyone kind of piles in there. We sit for a while, and then once it's around time to get into the pool, we'll all go outside and put down in practice. So it's just something we all do to kind of have some fun and get to know each other.
All right. Family-wise, let's talk a little or a big family here?
There's a big family. There's 13 of us in total.
Well, we might not even remember all the names, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Thomas. At least he's a freshman, right?
Yeah, Thomas is a swimmer with me. My whole family swims at the Fawn Lake swim team during the summer, community swim team. But he was one of the people who's right behind me, so I wanted him to get into swimming with me. I wanted him to be right behind me so we could go far in the sport together, and we could have that bond and friendship during the different meets, or kind of push each other to be as best as we can.
Video production, one of your favorite subjects. You actually sound like you have a tremendous voice for radio. So there's a compliment for you. We'll talk about what you enjoy about video production.
Thank you very much. But video production, we're in the studio, we're filming individual productions. We're filming fake news things. We're doing radio broadcasts. We're doing podcasts. We're learning about the engineering of it all, and we're learning about being on air. And it's just fun for me. I get to do it with all my friends, and it's an enjoyable subject.
All right, Owen, keep up the good work. Nice to hear from you. Glad you're doing well in the pool, outside the pool, and have fun with that big family of yours, all right?
Thank you.
All right, that is another guy we're talking to. That is Owen Mccabe. Now we're going to get with Thomas Mccabe, but first let's get back to Coach. Coach, tell us a little bit about Thomas Mccabe, this freshman and brother.
Yes. So, Thomas, of course, is, also swims for Fawn Lake. And, there's sometimes I'm like, poor Thomas, I think he was made to swim. I'm not sure if he had a choice, but thank goodness for me, because he is a phenomenal swimmer. He also swam for the Greater Scranton Y this summer with Eric Usbeck and myself. And then, he joined the Pocono Family Y team, and he has that ability. So, his times have been dropping greatly. Right now, we really need him as a sprinter. So he's been swimming the 50 and the 100 free, and he's been dropping time and excelling in those events. As he grows, I definitely will probably be throwing him in. He's been swimming the 200 free, and I think that when he learns how to swim those more distance races, he's gonna thrive at those as well. So we'll start putting him in more events here and there as he moves up, sophomore, junior, senior year. So he's young. So we've got lots of things to look forward to with Thomas in the water. All
right, let's welcome in Thomas Mccabe, a freshman. And Thomas, for you, let's talk about having fun with your brother, learning a little bit there at Paupack, and how much you enjoy swimming.
Yeah, it's a great time. We goof around, and it's pretty much a great family. It's pretty much expands on my already enormous family, so it's great to have everybody to swim and compete with everybody, and it's just have a blast.
Well, the 100 free, 200 free, couple events that you like. Talk about what it's like swimming some of those events and what you're thinking about while you're doing it.
The sprinting, the 150 free, they are completely different from the 200 free. It was a great jump from 100 to 200. You have to pace yourself for the 200, and I wasn't prepared for that for the first time, so I was sprinting the first thing, and it was kind of difficult for me. But then after my second one, I kind of got used to me having to pace myself, and then I eventually was starting to do a lot better with those races. So
FBLA, one of the organizations you're involved with at school. You also do cross country and track. Talk about the events you compete in there.
For FBLA, we are doing great, and we're going to states in April. And for cross country, I'm one of the top finishers for cross country, so I do pretty well with that. I just want to do this to drop my time in cross country, and hopefully I do this just as well as I do cross country. So
you're a math guy. Talk about what you enjoy about that in school, and just something you've always been good at.
With math, I like the definite answers. The black and white is either it's wrong or right. That's why I don't like English, because there's always an opinion involved with English. So if you have a certain teacher that has a different opinion than you, they're gonna judge your essay differently than what you would intend it to be. So that's why I like math, because there's no differentiation between your opinion or somebody else's. It's either a right answer or a wrong answer. So
very true. I can think of a million jokes as you get older and think about not black and white things like marriage and stuff. But hey, you'll have plenty of time for that to get to it. But Thomas, great to hear your story, and we wish you well there as a freshman.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back to Coach Campbell. Coach, great to hear from everybody today. You have some tremendous young men and young women there with the program. A natural, when you have big Lake Wallenpaupack there to have a swim program, right. You would think everybody's swimming in the summer. But great to hear your story today.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having us. It's it's exciting to be able to that we finally have a swim team and get the word out about swimming. This area is not as predominant as some other areas, so it's great that it's finally growing. Scranton Prep's always had a great team, and Delaware Valley, they've got beautiful pools. It's just nice to be able to expand ingrained in this sport. I love the sport. I've been in it my whole life. I want to share it with everybody. So I'm excited to get, as many people involved in swimming as possible. So I appreciate you having us out, talking about the sport and talking about the things that I love. And it's very exciting.
All right, Coach Stephanie Campbell there with the Wallenpaupack swim program here on the John Mendola Show. Again, appreciate hearing her story and everything that's going on there at Paupack. Well, we come back. Mark Glowinski is going to be on the phone. We'll talk with him from the Indianapolis Colts. We'll take a time out now. Let's head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Matt Daly. Break like a good neighbor. Matt Daly in Kingston is there. We'll be back on WILK.